Was the model able to answer questions? So let's take a look at our best performing model. Our best performing model is at around a 70% accuracy. As we see in this graph, depending on the category, the model performs better or worse, with topics such as the Yuan dynasty, Warsaw, and steam engine being more challenging than others. To understand really what's going on, we're going to categorize misclassifications into 4 different categories. Mostly right, the model is off by just a little by either including more context words or things like punctuation. Mostly wrong, the model has gotten the answer completely wrong. Label no answer, the model predicts an answer despite it being unanswerable. And label has answer, where the model predicts no answer when the question is answerable. Although some categories have different majority misclassifications, across the categories, most of the errors we saw are labeled no answer, which means that the model was answering questions that are unanswerable. This is interesting because going back to why we set the metric thresholds, we were really concerned about the model randomly predicting that everything is unanswerable. So at least it swung the other way. So let's take a closer look as to why the model might be doing this. So the section on Warsaw is pretty representative of a lot of the categories and passages that are present in the data set. So this section spans a long period of time with complicated and convoluted historical events. We see very similar nouns in each section take on a different role. So the main entity, the city of Warsaw, goes through many transitions, and many different terms are used to describe the same place. In addition to that, the questions are tricky and ask about relationships between these overloaded terms. So for example, in the passage above, one answerable question is whose army liberated Warsaw? Versus one unanswerable question is whose army liberated Duchy? Where the text says the Duchy of Warsaw, and the model guesses Napoleon for both. So these entities are related, but have nuances between them that the model isn't able to pick up. It's not able to differentiate between Warsaw and the Duchy of Warsaw, or really understand that these differences are due to a temporal transition that is described in the passage. And many missed questions similarly follow this pattern, and it's definitely something to look into for future work.